1-0 to Wolverhampton. 1-0. Come on. Gang. Fucking bullshit. Gang. It's fucking bullshit. I don't believe this bullshit. 2-0 at home. Fucking hell.
Welcome to FanTVnChill, week 8, match day 8. Liverpool still top of the league, Man City slipping up, and somehow Arsenal have managed to get themselves into third place into the league. Above all, I just don't know how that's happened, but somehow they're sitting third in the league right now, while Chelsea, Tottenham and that are all messing up. But we'll get into Arsenal sitting there.
Chelsea, Tottenham, and
I
think he's missing one thing.
We'll start off with Liverpool. What?
If you're gonna speak, speak about everyone, innit? Like, why are you omitting a few things like Chelsea, Tottenham messing up? Yeah. Arsenal are sitting fourth. Chelsea, Tottenham messing up.
No, it's all about right now. The league table is Liverpool, Man City, and Arsenal. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I think about Chelsea and Tottenham messing up.
I just felt like you missed one team in it, but it's cool.
Which team did I miss up?
Your own team.
Obviously, I'm going to come on to my own team, but we're not the team that are challenging for the top 4 clearly this season, is it? Tottenham got the squad.
Okay, fine. Alright, cool.
There's a reason why I didn't say Man United, because as you can see from this season. But yeah, carry on.
Fair dues. Okay, yeah.
And please, next time I'm talking, don't interrupt. Yeah, like you say, don't interrupt. Let me finish. Let me finish.
I'll talk
there
when
you
I
go.
want to.
There you go.
I'll talk when I want to.
Go on.
It's top of the league privilege and that. So
let me start off. Let me start off this week. There's something that's been bugging me. You Liverpool fans need to calm down. You understand? You need to calm down. You have never won the Premier League. And you might are going on like you've won the Premier League. You haven't. Leicester can chat more about winning the league than you lot. Fair enough. You're dominating the league. You're in the best form. You're smashing teams. Fair enough. But don't go on like you've won the league. There you go. Say my piece.
Okay.
Go on.
Cool story, bro.
Go on.
But would you be sad if you were in my position?
I wouldn't be sad, but I wouldn't be going on as if my team has won the league.
If I say
when Blackburn and Leicester have won the league before you lot.
Have you heard me say something like we've won the league? Have you heard me say something we're gonna win the league?
No, that was all Liverpool fans, including yourself.
Have you heard those words come out of my mouth?
Well, I have. Every week coming here. Oh, same old. Do I even need to say anything? Same old. Yeah. That one.
So yeah, tell me then, innit? Maybe let me be sad because
that one. No, I'm not saying be sad. I'm just saying, listen, humble yourselves. You haven't won the league.
Bam.
Never won the league.
Okay, good, cool story again. Like that's your run for the week, innit?
No, I'm just saying, Liverpool fans need to humble themselves.
Okay. Cool. This has got nothing to do with the fact that you've been hurt in recent weeks.
No, it's got nothing to do with that. I'm just putting it out there.
No, it's alright.
Okay, we're going to start the review.
If you want to be that way, innit? Alright, cool. Right, but I don't care about reviews. If you want to chat shit, we'll chat shit.
It's not shit. It's not shit. You Liverpool fans need to humble yourselves. You ain't won shit. You ain't never won the Premier League. In Europe, fine. You're fantastic.
It's a bit boring, isn't it?
It's not boring. It's not boring. I'm just telling you how it is.
You might have won the league.
Review your shit.
With all the leagues that you've won, are you happy? At the minute.
No, I'm not. I'm not. And where were you the last few years?
Thank you.
Where were you the last few years?
Ask me the same question.
Where were you the last few years?
The same question.
When we can get to the game?
You see what I'm saying? Where were you the last few years?
Ask me the same question. Am I happy? We've never won the Premier League. Am I happy? Of course, I'm buzzing.
Happy about what?
Cool. Let's just talk.
Go for it.
Let's just talk about the league. Right, cool. Fam. This guy is coming even disrupting my rhythm, and I've done my homework, innit? Like, did you watch the game? Let's get on that note. Watch the game. I don't give a shit, man. Let's go. Did you watch the game?
Go for it.
No, let's go. David, did you watch the game?
I've watched the game.
Did you watch the game?
I've watched the game, yeah. I've watched a Man United game, yes.
Live?
No, highlights.
You sure about that?
Yes, I'm sure about that.
When did you watch
I watched it before we come here, before we started.
Today?
Yes.
What time?
Before we come here,
Did you
literally
watch
before
on
we
your
come
laptop
here.
or on your phone?
On my phone before we come
give me
here.
your phone. Let's go on your history.
What are you on about?
Let's get your phone.
What are you on about?
Let's
That's
go on
Damon's
YouTube.
That's my.
Give
What
me
are
your
you on
phone.
about?
Give me your phone. Give me your phone. Give me your phone.
For what?
Let's go on your YouTube history, fam.
For what?
Like, phone don't lie in it. Give me your phone. You
For
said
what?
you said you watched it before you come in. What you doing?
What? You dickhead. I literally, are you fucking not listening? I literally said before I came here, Damien seen me watching the
Yeah,
game
fam.
and
Show me your
watching the
phone.
highlights.
Show me your phone.
What do you need to
Let
see
me
the
just
phone
go on
for?
YouTube. History.
I went on Match of the Day.
Okay, thank
BBC
you.
One
Let me
iPlayer
go.
to
Let
watch
me
the
go on your
game,
phone history.
to watch the highlights.
Let me go on your phone history. If I go on BBC iPlayer,
I don't understand the point you're trying to prove.
I
I'm
just
saying
wanna see
I've
it.
just watched it.
okay, because I don't believe you in it. So
You
that's
don't
why.
need to believe me. Just talk. You don't need to believe me.
Have you got proof?
There's your proof there. I was
No,
watching
it's
the
not my
game.
proof. It's not my proof. I want to see it.
Listen, I don't talk about your team. It's your time you're wasting.
So that's the sound of someone who chatting sharing. Because if you did watch it, you would have said.
I have watched the
look at my
game.
phone.
Listen,
'Cause you would've said-
when we got back from London on Sunday, I was watching the second half and I fell asleep while I was watching the second half because I was tired.
But we fell asleep. Oh dear.
Right? I've seen the game.
Okay.
So go on, talk about your team.
Okay, fam. You know what I mean? So you always come at me innit? And then when we challenge you,
I've told you, I've seen it. If I didn't see it,
fam, show me
I would
proof.
come here and I would
Show
say
me
I
proof.
haven't watched it.
Show me proof.
How can I come here?
Show me proof.
How can I come here and
Show
not
me
at
proof.
least have watched the Man United game?
Show me proof.
I don't care if I don't watch your game or watch the Arsenal
Show me
game.
proof.
The Man United game is
Fam.
me to talk about.
Fam, show me
yeah?
proof.
Right, you're wasting your time.
I
You
don't
got four. You got four.
No, I'm wasting
Chat.
all this time. Show me proof.
I don't need to show you any proof.
Yeah, okay, cool. But you know what I mean? So that conversation.
Listen, I don't come here relying on other man
let's
to
just
tell me about
review
the
the
game.
game.
I don't come here for that.
Let's review the
You
game.
do.
So that
You
that,
do.
that conversation about
You do.
did you watch the game? Yeah, never bring me on the table on it because
I watched the highlights.
Show me proof.
You donkey. What? You're not
Show me
listening?
proof.
I'm not lying.
Fam,
If I haven't
show me
seen
proof.
it, I'm not watching it. I don't
Fam.
care. I don't need to show you anything.
Fam, this conversation couldn't have ended like 5 minutes ago.
Listen,
If you
I
just
don't
get-
care.
Okay, phone out.
Listen, I
Fam.
told you, ask Damien. We were
Fam.
sitting in the car when he's just gone cinema right now and I was watching the
Fam.
highlights.
But if you had proof here, you would have just said, okay,
Oh,
go
fam,
on,
just
see it.
just
You got your
talk
phone
about
in
it.
your pocket, blood.
Talk about
Your
it.
phone is in your pocket. Why are you
Talk
smiling?
about
Your
it.
phone is in your pocket, and
What-
we end it. Thank
what
you.
do you
Bring
need-
me your phone in it.
Fucking hell.
Let's
What
see.
do you need to... I was
No,
watching...
no. Give me your phone. Let's see. Go. Let's go.
Fucking
BBC out
donkey.
there. Let's go on YouTube.
Look, go on internet, Safari.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
was I watching? I was on BBC watching
Yeah,
Match of the Day.
Cool.
Watching Match of the Day 2, watching the game. It's there. That's what I was watching when I picked them up, you donkey.
Fair.
If I didn't watch it, I'll say I didn't watch it. It's no problem. But I'm not going to come here not having at least watched the Man United game because that's me. That's what I talk about on the show. Your shit, it doesn't involve me that much. Shit.
Let's go.
We got there, innit? That wasn't so hard, innit? That's all I wanted because I didn't believe you in it. Like
I'm
you
not
really-
fraud. I don't listen to next man and come in and chat their opinion. I chat my own opinion.
Bam. It happened once.
Yeah, once is enough. But once is enough for you to learn.
And then we go again. How many games have you watched this season? Live? Say no more. How many games have you watched live? Say no more. So who's more of a fraud than?
I'm not a fraud.
Exactly, fam. How many games have
The
you watched?
games which I can watch,
You watched the
I'll
Chelsea
watch.
game, innit? Start of the season.
I'll watch
Say
the
no
games
more.
I can watch. I'll
Say
watch.
no more.
Fan TV and chill. Let's get it on. Shit.
Fam, if you bring about energy, all the
8
time,
minutes.
yeah?
Chat shit.
All right, go on.
This,
Go on.
this undercoat, Man United, Liverpool rivalry,
We
man.
will chat shit if we have
So
to.
now you've gone from man ain't watch highlights, man ain't watch highlights. Oh shit, man has watched highlights, man has. How many matches have you watched? All switching up now. Shit. Talk about your team. Shit.
Okay, cool. Anyway, right, back on track. I'll come with the same line again, but we've heard that before, so I might not even say it because we wasted time, obviously. Liverpool, Leicester. Okay. Sort of game like certain man were kind of expecting us to slip up. I know that, and considering Leicester have been good up until now, and yeah, they're looking like an outsider for top four. We've been good. But defensively, yeah, that was, if anyone who was going to test us on current form was, I guess you can argue Leicester the one. So, but yeah, Liverpool, Leicester again. Let's get to the analysis. All right, I kind of struggled. I watched the mainly from like the last 20 minutes of the first up until the final whistle and whatnot. So, grand scheme of things, I think we didn't really struggle in the game. Like, even though the towards the end it felt like Leicester kind of go back in the game, etc. Because I felt like they weren't really a threat. They didn't create much. We had chances. Okay, so first half, like I said, I can't really speak too much about it, but key moments again. I remember, like, when from around when I started watching, good assist by Milner, really clever play, and then obviously Mane doing what it does best, and just composed, quality finish. We're on top of the game, and even then, I can't really remember that Leicester creating or troubling us that much. We looked comfortable, but at the same time, it was the sort of game you kind of knew, you were like, if it stays 1-0, Leicester are gonna create something, or they might have the moments, like, and usually they're quite clinical. So I was always a bit nervous. So it felt like it was the sort of game that we needed to get a few goals. Second half, when we came back a little bit stronger than the first, but then again, it felt like the final third was like just not quite there, not quite on it, not quite switched on. It'll be like that final pass in between Mane, there'll be a delay here and there, or there wasn't that fluidity that we normally expect with our front three. So it'll be like, ball from midfielder controlling, no threat, pass it on, and then we're just losing a key moment. So I feel like, and again, like, it's not necessarily, it wasn't like a game like full of action. Like, we were in control, and we scored at key moments, but you just had that little thing about Leicester, because they can always hurt you at any moment, and if they do, you get a little bit, there's pressure already at the minute as it is. If they get a goal, then it's difficult to kind of, I'm kind of stuttering. I'm not really that fluent today. Like,
Talk about penalty.
Yeah. So before I even get I think
the penalty that never was.
Okay. Before we even get there, so I summarized. Yeah, I've not really given a clear summary, but I think like final kind of analysis is like it's a sort of game that I genuinely think that we deserve to beat Leicester because we were the better team. But like overall, like we they didn't threaten us. We created like a few good opportunities.
Leicester come across as a team that beats everyone else. Yeah. But then obviously they still got that complex when it comes to the top six.
And Vardy was quiet. Like we never gave him like there wasn't like counter attacks because that's normally how they get most of their goals. And then so boy, and obviously when they scored, I thought that game had a draw written all over it because the longer they stayed in the game, you just knew something was going to happen. And then, unfortunately for us, towards the end of the I guess persistent. Like we kept going. Mandela Origi comes on.
Salah injury.
Before we even get to that, these are little. Thank fuck innit. Salah is alright by the sound of things. It's not even an injury. Like I was listening to Klopp going a bit sick. How I don't know if he was Chowder or something. The guy is a little bit dirty, innit? It's like
he went for the ball, he missed the ball. He weren't trying to be dirty.
You can see there's intent. Like there's
what intent?
You can see it's a professional foul in it.
It's a professional foul. How many of you Liverpool fans don't do it?
Can I talk? Thank you. You will talk when it comes to your team, innit? So you can see like the guy was nowhere near the ball, and Salah was already on his way, and it wasn't like a clear-cut chance because they still had defenders. We had a good opportunity, and even the way we were playing, I wasn't even convinced we were gonna go and do anything with that counter. But it is what it is, and fortunately for us, and deserved, because I felt like the boys deserve it. And yes, you create your chances, you're in a box. If you make a foul,
did you think it was a penalty?
For me, from what I saw, there was contact.
No. Did you think it was a penalty?
I'd say so.
Okay, cool. I don't think it was a penalty because he touched it first. He gets touched and he touches the ball, then he falls over.
Yeah. Who touches the ball first?
No. The guy, who's it? Brighton.
Brighton, isn't
he
it?
touches Mane. Yeah. Mane touches the ball, then he falls.
He touches Mane. Mane touches the ball. Then Mane falls.
Yeah, because he takes a touch, then he falls. That's why I don't think
because he clamps his leg. And
yeah, but then Mane moves. He moves more. He moves again. Then he falls over after that.
But there was contact.
Yeah, there was contact, but he touches the ball.
Yeah, you see. I'm sure. Like, this is the thing about pens, isn't it? Like, I'm sure there was contact. It wasn't a dive. Would you say it was a dive, or it was clever play from a forward? But there was. I don't think. Would you say it was a dive?
Yeah, because he touches the ball, then he falls. That's a dive in my book.
Okay, dive or not, 2-1 in it. Mane got a pen. I don't give a shit, to be honest. So if I think it was a pen, other people want to disagree, feel free to disagree. And that's the view. That's the beauty of life, innit? So life is about opinions.
That
penalty, we don't have to agree on the same opinions. So
that penalty rescued your game, because Leicester deserved the point from that game.
No, not at all.
But they did. They did.
No, I didn't deserve it.
Not at all. That's just you trying to chat shit.
No, I'm not. I'm not. The fact that they got themselves back into the game,
and that means
after you lot created so many chances and should have killed the game off.
That means
they do. Because you lot.
I'm not even gonna listen to it.
Okay,
it's bullshit.
Don't listen. It's not bullshit.
Listen to your logic.
You lot created bare chances and you weren't clinical enough.
And that means they deserve it.
They hang into the game.
That's your logic.
They hang into the game and they got themselves back into the game. It does. It does. It's not shit. It's not shit.
You make no sense.
It's not shit. They deserve a point.
Explain.
Listen to bullshit, man.
What?
That makes no sense.
So did they not play well enough to get a goal and get themselves back into the game?
That means they deserve
after you lot battered them. Yeah, they do. If you're going to take a team battering you and still make a chance and get a goal from that chance,
final score 2-1.
You deserve.
We won. So deserve or not.
You deserve that.
Let me give you facts.
And the only reason you lot won facts. You only won because of that penalty.
I don't care.
You didn't win. You got only one.
Yeah.
You did. You got your 3 points.
You know what? I'll find out the brother's number. I'll find out the brother's.
You got your 3 points
later, and I don't care.
But
so.
I would.
Fam, you're being biased, isn't it?
I'm not being biased.
You're being biased.
No. Don't do that.
Did you watch it again?
I've seen.
Did you watch it again?
I'm entitled.
Did you watch the game live?
Not live.
Did you watch the game live?
Not live.
I watched most of the game.
Listen. That's cool, and you're entitled to your opinion, and I'm entitled to my opinion.
Even during the highlights.
That's not a problem.
No.
That's not a problem.
I don't think
what I'll say, me personally, when I seen the penalty, I thought it was a penalty, yeah? I thought it was a penalty. Cool, I'll give you that. You've taken that. But without that penalty, yes, you should have been winning anyway. But to me, Leicester got themselves back into the game and then played fairly decent. So I reckon they deserve a point. If you don't think that, that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. That's not a problem.
Did they get the points?
They didn't.
Let's just look at the facts, innit?
They didn't.
Fine.
Okay, so
Cool.
Arsenal,
Yeah. Go. Talk about the team. This guy coming with bad energy today. It pisses me off. Honestly.
Make us stay far away. Anyway, so I was saying, so Arsenal, obviously, we go to the game against Bournemouth. Obviously, Bournemouth are coming off. They've got Bournemouth. When themselves have come into the Premier League as the years have gone and become more and more solid as a Prem side. So I was a bit worried about their front line. They've got 2 winning runners at top. Anyway, so we start the game. We in the first 10 minutes or so, we're playing. I feel like we're playing okay. We're on top of the game, and our play rewarded us with a goal. Came from David Luiz, corner, headed in, brilliant goal. Keeper had no chance. From that point onwards, I felt like we didn't. I wouldn't say we dominated that half, but we just did enough to be the better side in that half. Second half now, obviously you expected their performance to come back, which you expected they come back, and in the second half, I think they had about 2, possibly 3. I'm not too sure. I think it's got 2 good chances. There's one when is it Callum Robertson? Whatever the Callum
Wilson.
Huh?
The striker.
The striker.
Yeah, Callum Wilson.
Callum Wilson, sorry. Yeah. He's running through. He should have shot, to be fair. So he takes it around our keeper and he kind of shoots, but it goes like square, and we can't like clear it off the line. That was probably their best chance. Other than that, I felt like we was comfortable in the game. I didn't feel as if like they did enough. Again, it goes back to what Willis was trying to say in your game. I didn't feel as if they did enough to get a point. Like this is what I was trying to explain when this was betting is you can't just say just because the team's in the game. Like say for instance, as one team is another team, and one team's dominating that team, and then that team's still in the game, and then they score. Oh, they deserve a point. That's not how it works. We say a team deserves a point. The point is if they're performing to get the point. Right. I didn't feel as if Bournemouth performed well enough to get the goal. Granted, Leicester did get the goal to equalise, but you wouldn't say, oh yeah, you know what, they deserve that point. No, Liverpool did deserve the point anyway. Back onto Arsenal anyway. But yeah, so I don't feel as if Bournemouth did anything drastic to deserve to equalise to get the point against us. We were methodical. Basically we're just old school 1-0 to Arsenal. And there's not really much we can really say, to be fair.
I heard the game was boring. Yeah, one of my friends was at the game. He said, after the goal, it was just like
it wasn't the greatest game. Yeah. Aubameyang had a chance, which you expected to whip it into the right corner, but didn't come through. But listen, 3 points, third in the table, point behind Man City. Listen.
Sometimes it's not about performance, it's about getting those 3 points. You know? You can't perform. You know? But certain man now here, they're not performing, they're not even getting 3 points, so they got nothing to say, fam. That's why they look better, innit?
Not bitter. Listen,
I've never
when
mentioned.
you take just talking about the game.
I never mentioned.
Come on, we're talking about the game.
Now call your name.
Now,
that's saying your name.
Now we're onto this game. If you want to say something when I'm doing it, you're more than welcome to.
I could have been
referring to Tottenham. You're more than welcome. Anyway, Man United. If you want to come in, you can come in. It's not a problem. I'm the only man here. So surely, I know you're referring to.
I'm referring to Tottenham.
Anyway, Man United versus Newcastle. Rough. Don't even know where to start. It's listen. Who's talking?
Sorry.
Who's talking? Yeah. Is this not what you said to me?
No. You were
cool. Right. So first half was just diabolical. I don't even know where to start. Obviously, granted, we're missing Martial, Pogba, Lingard, Victor in the centre back. So we're a bit short, but I don't think we lost the game because of a lack of quality. I just think we lost another game which I just think we lost because of the team's lack of willingness and to be able to create chances. Again, first half was dead. We didn't really do much. Again, I think to be fair, Newcastle were more lively and looked like they could score a goal in the first half compared to us. We didn't even look like we wanted to even do that. And obviously, second half, Harry Maguire had a chance to put us 1-0 up. Second week, he's had a chance. He had a fucking free header. I don't know how much I can stress this. He had a fucking free header. Nobody was fucking touching him. He could have just nodded it into the back of the net, and he fucked it up.
Stress.
He just fucked it up. Do you know when you're going through a bad patch and somebody says to you, "Listen, I'm gonna give you a chance to do something," and they put it on a plate for you, and I just don't know. I do not know what he's thinking. I don't know if he was thinking. He looked like he got caught in between heading the ball away to defend it and actually attacking the ball, because the way he ended up connecting with it just did not make sense. And for a defender who fucking practices heading every fucking time he's fucking training, you'd think he'd do a lot better, but it was poor. Now let's get on to our strikers. Right. Well, that was it. Maguire was the only chance. Now moving on.
The strikers.
Fucking stressful. Maguire had our only clinical chance, and he's not even a striker. And obviously, listen, again, second half, Newcastle wanted it more. Again, they were more lively, they were more creative, they were more energetic. We just did not. We just don't seem to have an idea. And fucking hell, I don't want to go on a rant. But what the fuck is Fred doing? I've I don't know what Fred's doing.
Fred.
Every single time he gets the ball, it's depressing. He just passes it side to side. It's like, I don't understand. There should be instructions in the team. Just get the ball at your feet, get it forward, get into the striker's feet, get it out wide quicker. That's another thing. The tempo to the game, first half and second half, we just didn't look like we weren't quick enough. We weren't quick enough. If we were just a bit quicker and a bit more decisive and direct, I reckon we could have hurt Newcastle and maybe we could have got a 1-2-0 win. 2-0 win. Newcastle, that was their first win at home this season, and you can see why. They weren't exactly the best. They were fairly more creative than us, but they weren't. You can see why they've been struggling. And then
won away in how many?
I think it's about 8 or 9 games now, and but regardless, it's a game. Even with the team we had on the pitch, it's a game we should still be winning. But I don't know. There seems to be such a lack of confidence in the team at the moment, and it's stressful to watch. I don't understand. Listen, this season we're not expected to win the fucking league. If our minimal target is to get 4th place. So I don't understand. It feels like the players are feeling so much pressure when minimal expectations are just get 4th place. They're just struggling to win games. Again, it goes back to obviously we had key players out, but granted, even when we have had key players in the squad, we're still struggling. Going forward, honestly, tactically, there needs to be a change, and I think morale needs to change, because what we're doing, clearly what we've been doing the last couple of games isn't working, because even the games where we have won at home, those haven't been the best of wins, they haven't been the best of performances, so clearly something needs to change. Tactics or team instructions or the way we're playing or the way we're moving the ball forward.
I think Solskjaer's job safe.
Listen, I don't think the right thing is to get rid of him. I'm getting there. Let me get there. I don't think the idea is to get rid of him. I think his job should be safe. There's no we had Moyes, Van Gaal and Mourinho. We've tried all different managers. You have to give him time to be able to bring in his own players and build the team the way he wants it. But yeah, his job should be safe. If we change manager again, it's just going to be another manager coming in. He wants money, he wants to get his players in, and then we're back to square one. So I think his job should be safe for the time being. Listen, we should have never fucking sacked Mourinho. It was a fucking Ed Woodward that. Since Ed Woodward has joined the club, let me not say any more about the fucking Glazers. Fucking Glazers.
What are you talking about?
Fucking Glazers.
Today, man.
I'm struggling for words. At this moment in time, you know what?
Do you need water?
Well, listen, we'll go again. Many teams who have been giants have been where we are, and you can find your way back. It's tough. Like I was saying to you earlier on, this is the first time in my lifetime, and probably many people's lifetime, being a Man United supporter, being just an average football fan, that you've seen Man United literally in this place and suffering this fucking bad, fucking bullshit goal. And just as we were watching this fucking bullshit. Where's the remote?
Mate, that was a hell of a thing.
Listen, anyway, we'll sum it up. Look forward to the next. I would say look forward to the next game, but it is what it is. You just got to take it as it comes, and somehow we've got to try.
Who is your next game?
Turn it.
Who is your next game?
But I haven't had an international break. I haven't had a look yet.
Do you know your next game is? Who is your next game?
I haven't had a look yet.
You know your next game. Who's your next game? You know who it is. Don't be stupid. You know. You discussed it.
Yeah. Hey, like that man. Listen, go. I think again, in all my lifetime being a Man United fan, this is the most depressed I've felt going into a game against Liverpool. If ever the boys want to put a performance together and get a win, it would be against Liverpool. It just has to be. But I don't know.
Can you see
I
it
don't know.
happening?
I don't know. At this moment in time, I can't see it happening because it just hasn't been there, and you've just been clinical and ruthless this season.
You know what's mad?
So,
I'm not even that confident going into the game.
What?
I'm not. For some reason, I'm not.
Are you being serious?
I'm genuinely serious. Like, I'm not even messing about. I don't know.
You know, I would say, like, all the time you've been a Liverpool fan, Man United, this would be your most...
No, there's always a thing about... I never get it. When we play City, sometimes I'm like, yeah, even though they're a tough team, but I'm like, we can still go in and put on a fight. But for some reason, unless... I think it's a bit more... It's the manager. You remember the mindset thing when I was saying about... what's your manager again? Emery again. Going to United now and saying... If Liverpool want to win that game, they go there, they win in that game. But whether the manager, but then there's a bit of we don't want to lose. If they go with that mindset, then you make it a bit tough. So, but it'll be an interesting game.
We'll see anyway.
So anyway, special mentions this week is 2. Papers say first special mention goes to Wolves.
Mad.
Went away to Man City and beat them 2-0. Man, what's his name?
Adama Traore.
Adama Traore popped 2 goals in that.
I never knew man can finish.
Man City have always scored a goal at home for I thought it was some mad amount of games. I can't remember how much.
Yeah, they haven't lost in a long while.
Obviously, second mention goes out to Brighton, beating Tottenham 3-0 comfortably at home.
Yeah.
Tottenham on the slippery slope. Tottenham are in that slippery, slidey slope that Man United are in. But obviously they got better players. They got better players. But anyway, that's about it. That's our special mentions. What do you want to end?
Yeah, boy.
Cool.
Until week.
I'll tell you what. Next week, listen, yeah.
International break. It's the week after.
The week after.
Next week. It's gonna be action packed. I swear to God, if we fucking get destroyed, I'm not turning up. Yeah, I swear to God, we better be on it. Because I want to come here to your house and I want to bring fire. You
know the baddest
I want to bring fire. But anyway, we'll have to wait.
When you edit this video, you can record people's words and then put it back in. You know what I mean?
We'll have to.
I don't know say more.
We'll have to wait.
I'm gonna keep quiet.
It's mad how you lot are informed right now, but yet you're not confident.
No. It's not. I don't think it's anything to do about the quality of the team. But we're a better team. I know that. But I just feel like I feel like it's about what the manager wants to do in it, and if they're gonna go there not to get beaten, I think that will be the approach, and that kind of affects the team in general. But maybe I'm thinking about last season. Last season was slightly different. When we played United, I think it was about collecting points because we were fighting with City. Maybe it was a different approach. Maybe I've got that on the back of my mind, innit? So hopefully they should be a bit more freer. We're gonna drop points this season, innit? Sometime and to be able to win the league, which I'm not saying, of course I'm not saying we're gonna win the league now, but you have to be brave enough, and then you have to dare a little bit more and go into these games and say, yeah, we're the better team, and have a bit more arrogance about you. And I think, especially when you play a team that's low in confidence, and it's not just about confidence with United. We know that quality is not really there. Quality is not there. We've got players that can hurt them. So you go there, you impose, and it's a different game. So yeah, but I don't wanna say too much because we all know certain minds are gonna be jumping on my words, and if but let's go.
Cool.
Let's go. Wait again.
Cool. Till next week. Don't forget, follow up.
International break.
2 weeks.
Follow, subscribe, like the page. Until next week, Liverpool fans, stay humble. Yeah.